Hey, I'm Ramona, and I'm about to show you something shocking, so take a deep breath and watch the following video.
Okay guys, here we are in the kitchen and we're gonna attempt to make this pasta with lupin flour. So what it calls for is 60 grams of softened cream cheese. That's about 2.11 ounces if you're trying to convert it, and I've got that here in the bowl. And we're just gonna kind of whisk it around until it's nice and creamy. Then what it says to do is add 1 egg. So we're gonna add 1 egg and we're gonna whisk that in there. You're gonna need a total of 3 large eggs. So there's 1. Whisk that in. Now lupin flour, if you haven't heard of it, is a legume. It's similar to peanut flour. So if you've got an allergy to peanuts, you need to be careful with this. But it's kind of a softer flour. If you haven't seen my video on waffles made with lupin flour, I'll put that at the end of this video. It's amazing. The texture of it is so light and fluffy. It doesn't taste like almond flour or coconut flour. It's just really light. So with these, I'm a little concerned that they're gonna be a little bit too soft and not al dente enough. And I don't think you could use them again in, like, for instance, a lasagna, because they're just gonna get too soft and mushy if you're re-cooking them. So I was thinking about experimenting and maybe adding a little mozzarella to it to see, oh, my oven's done. Mozzarella to it to see if it could firm it up a little bit so that you could use it in a banked casserole dish. So we'll try that out. First, we're gonna see if this actually tastes anything like pasta. Okay, so what you're gonna do now is add a ½ teaspoon of guar gum. I use this right here. I get it off of Amazon. I'll link that below as well. I think you could probably use xanthan gum if you had that, but we're following this recipe perfectly to see if it works first, and then if we need to tweak it, we'll do that. And we're gonna whisk that in as well. So now you add in 2 more eggs and whisk that in 1 at a time. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the eggs and the guar gum and the cream cheese. Now we're gonna add in some salt and our star ingredient, which is the lupin flour. All right, ½ teaspoon of salt. And here is the lupin flour that I use. I'll also have this linked in the description below. So 1, 2, 3. All right, I've got a silicone mat here, and I just lined my pan with foil, pretty much because it's filthy and old and gross. So, you know. All right, we're gonna pour this. Yikes. It's scaring me a little. I do have some lumps in mine. I don't think you're supposed to have lumps in it. We're gonna put it in for 10 to 12 minutes, check it out. If it doesn't peel away nicely and it's too sticky, then you need to cook it a little bit longer. So let's put this in and I'll see you back in 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so we're back and mine spread a little bit. One of the edges clearly wasn't flat because it almost got burnt, as you can see right here. So, and it's thicker in the middle. Now it doesn't feel sticky, it smells like eggs, so, I mean, I'm not sure what I feel about that yet, but I have let it cool down for just a minute. You're supposed to let it cool down and then you cut it, and then you have to let it dry out for several hours. And I'm hoping the drying out process is what's gonna make it a little more noodle-like and a little less egg-like, but it is mostly eggs, so there's that. But you really need to make sure that the pan you have is flat. Mine clearly isn't because it kind of all pooled in the center. So be mindful of that. But we're gonna peel this off. I'm gonna roll it up. I'm gonna cut it into fettuccine-like strips, and we're gonna leave it for several hours and then toss it with some sauce that I've got cooking with some meatballs. So let's do this. All right, so here it is. We're gonna let it sit out all afternoon. Right now it is 1:15, and we're probably gonna eat it about 6 o'clock. So I'm just gonna leave it out until we throw some pasta on it and see what happens. Okay, so we'll be back tonight to test it out. I have my husband here, and we are gonna taste keto pasta. Go! Don't get any on your shirt. What do you think? Does it taste...
Am I supposed to be honest or just tell you how I really feel?
Wait a minute. Isn't that the same thing? Be honest or tell
Be honest or say the company line. It's great.
No, be honest. What do you think?
I think it tastes really good, but it's got a Chef Boyardee sort of texture to it. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it's softer than al dente pasta.
Yeah, that's it. You hit it.
Okay.
You said the technical term, I said the kid term.
Right, Chef Boyardee. So the kids are going to love it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. If they like SpaghettiOs, this is for them.
Okay. Okay, so the final verdict is it is a little softer than regular pasta. It does kind of taste like the softer noodles you would get in like SpaghettiOs. But it is the best pasta that I've tried that's not a vegetable and is not shirataki noodles. So I'm going to keep experimenting with this. I think maybe I'll add some Parmesan cheese next time, give it a little bit more of an al dente feel, and we'll go from there. But this is a good start, and I think I'm going to definitely keep going. All right, see ya.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope the information we presented shows you our excellent service. So what are you waiting for? Take action now and feel the change soon.